It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Contra Costa County Office of Education. Our commitment to quality education for all is a goal that we realize through dedication, hard work, and exemplary service. Your knowledge of the following important information will contribute to your success as an employee. So please listen carefully and be sure to ask questions during the orientation or any time they arise during the course of your employment. We value you as a new employee and pledge to support you in the pursuit of a fulfilling career with the County Office of Education.
The Contra Costa County Office of Education is proud to provide direct support services to students, schools, and school districts in Contra Costa County. With 18 school districts, nearly 300 public schools, and more than 176,000 students enrolled in public education in our county, we are an essential part of Contra Costa's outstanding public school system. We invite you to learn more about our initiatives by visiting our website. As a Contra Costa County Office of Education employee, you now join a distinguished community of educators, administrators, and support staff focused on providing a high level of academic and social-emotional experience. Please pay close attention to the following employment-related information as you begin your career with us, and once again, welcome aboard. The Contra Costa County Office of Education, or CCCOE, supports the right of all employees to work in a drug, alcohol, tobacco, and violence-free environment. All reports of violations regarding drugs and violence will be fully investigated. Please be aware that our policy allows for drug and alcohol testing in the event that there is a reasonable suspicion that an employee is under the influence.
In this rapidly changing world of technology, we strive to keep our employees up to date on tools and resources that will maximize the efficiency of your work. The Staff Acceptable Use of Technology policy has been created to remind you of the responsibilities that come with the use of technology. Please note the following important points. All electronic tools are the exclusive property of the county office and are on loan to employees for appropriate work-related use. Equipment cannot be taken home without the permission of your supervisor. Internet use must be work-related and appropriate to the educational environment. Passwords must be kept private and change at intervals determined by the Technology Services Department. Privacy cannot be expected when using electronic communication. The county office has the right at any time to inspect work done or messages sent through our system. Once you have carefully read the Staff Acceptable Use of Technology policy, you will be asked annually to sign the agreement electronically.
The Contra Costa County Office of Education is an equal opportunity employer. We prohibit discrimination and harassment against employees based on their actual or perceived race, religion, national origin, ancestry, disability, medical condition, genetic information, marital status, sex, gender, age, or sexual orientation. Our commitment to equal opportunity employment applies to all persons involved in our operations and prohibits unlawful harassment by an employee, including supervisors and coworkers. All such harassment is prohibited. Sexual harassment includes unwanted sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or visual, verbal, or physical conduct of a sexual nature when submission to such conduct is made a term or condition of employment. Submission to or rejection of such conduct is used as a basis for employment decisions. Such conduct has the purpose or effect of unreasonably interfering with an employee's work performance or creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. Examples include, but are not limited to, unwanted sexual advances, threatening reprisals after a negative response to sexual advances, displaying sexually suggestive objects or pictures, websites, emails, or text messages, making or using derogatory comments, epithets, slurs, sexually explicit jokes, or comments about an employee's body or dress. Physical conduct such as touching, assault, impeding, or blocking movements, and retaliation for reporting harassment. Harassment on the basis of any legally protected classification is strictly prohibited. This includes verbal, visual, and physical conduct similar to the examples previously mentioned pertaining to sexual harassment. It is expected that CCCOE employees perform their jobs in a manner that meets all of management's expectations. Employees must refrain from any conduct that a reasonable person would find offensive, threatening, intimidating, or humiliating. Any employee who believes that he or she has been harassed, discriminated against, or subjected to retaliation or abusive conduct by a coworker or supervisor, or who is aware of such behavior against others, should immediately provide a written or verbal report to his or her supervisor and to the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Employees are not required to make a complaint directly to their immediate supervisor. Supervisors and managers who receive complaints of misconduct must immediately report such complaints to the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, who will attempt to resolve issues internally. When a report is received, the county office will conduct a fair, timely, thorough, and objective investigation. To the extent possible, the county office will maintain confidentiality surrounding the investigation. Retaliating against another person for filing a complaint or for participating in the county office's investigation is strictly prohibited. When completed, the county office will communicate the findings as soon as practical. If the county office determines that violations of policies and/or expectations have occurred, corrective action will be taken. The county office has established uniform complaint procedures to investigate allegations of unlawful discrimination, harassment, intimidation, and bullying against any protected group. The uniform complaint procedures can be found on the county office website under the Human Resources tab. These procedures explain how to file a complaint and the complaint process. We encourage all employees to contact Human Resources if they have questions related to discrimination, harassment, and retaliation.
Keep work areas free of obstacles. Always use arms and legs when lifting. All schools have emergency plans. Report all threats immediately. Mandated reporters are teachers, instructional aides, classified employees, administrators, and any person working with children. The safety of students and staff is our agency's highest priority. Always take precautions to ensure that your work area is free of fire hazards or obstacles that can be tripped over. When lifting or bending, always use your legs and arms, being mindful of not placing undue pressure on your back. The goal of the Illness and Injury Prevention Program is to reduce and, if possible, eliminate work-related injuries and illnesses. Please carefully read the employee safety and wellness information that is provided to you during your new employee orientation. All school sites have emergency plans that are discussed in staff meetings. Take all threats against safety seriously by always reporting any unsafe condition, threat, or work practice immediately to your supervisor. The primary means of preventing occupational exposure to HIV, hepatitis B, or hepatitis C is to follow universal precautions with the assumption that the blood and other body fluids from students, employees, or other individuals are potentially infectious. These precautions include the use of disposable gloves when anticipating contact with blood or body fluids, immediately washing hands and other skin surfaces after contact with blood or body fluids, and careful handling and disposing of sharp instruments during and after use. Any workers who have routine exposure to blood or other body fluids have the right to receive vaccinations for hepatitis B. You may refuse to be vaccinated, but if you choose vaccination, it will be provided to you at no cost. The California Child Abuse and Neglect Reporting Law requires that any act of suspected abuse or neglect against a child be reported immediately. Mandated reporters are defined as teachers, instructional aides, classified employees, administrators, and any person working with children in an educational environment. Child abuse is described as any physical, verbal, sexual, and/or mental abuse or neglect of a child. Any incident of suspected child abuse or neglect must be reported to the proper authorities immediately. Your supervisor can provide you with the necessary forms and assist you in reporting to the appropriate county agency. Failure to make a required report of child abuse could result in being convicted of a misdemeanor.
If you sustain a work-related injury or become ill as a result of a work situation, you are covered by workers' compensation insurance. In the event of an emergency, always call 911 or go to the nearest hospital emergency room. In case of a workplace injury, the injured worker notifies their supervisor. The supervisor or injured worker immediately calls the company nurse injury hotline at 1-888-375-9779. Company nurse is available 24/7. Company nurse gathers information over the phone and helps the injured worker access appropriate medical treatment.
For information regarding leaves of absence, Family Medical Leave Act, and California Family Rights Act, please contact Human Resources. The Contra Costa County Office of Education offers a flexible and comprehensive package of benefits along with valuable work and family programs. These programs can help employees attain their retirement and career goals. Our programs are designed to allow you to tailor a benefits package that best meets the unique needs of you and your family. To learn more about eligibility in the Health Benefits Program, please contact the Human Resources Department. The Affordable Care Act requires that all Americans purchase a health care plan, get an exemption, or pay a tax penalty. The county office is required by the U.S. Department of Labor to provide you with the new health insurance marketplace coverage options and your health coverage notice. You can obtain the contact information for California's health insurance marketplace from healthcare.gov.
Please bear in mind that we work in an educational environment. As such, it is expected that we act as role models to students and adults alike. Proper language and professional demeanor are expected at all times. Use of personal cell phones and text messaging is only permitted during breaks and lunch. Daily attendance and punctuality are expected. Respect for all customers, both internal and external, is a basic expectation. A focus of professional behavior is proper attire in the classroom, office, and field. Employees must be dressed professionally in comfortable clothing that adequately covers the body. Halter tops, spaghetti straps, short shorts, attire exposing the midriff, and undergarments showing outside of the clothing are discouraged. Good taste will be exemplified by refraining from wearing clothing bearing messages that are prejudicial or that advertise drugs, tobacco, or alcohol products.
The Contra Costa County Schools Education Association, the Teachers Bargaining Unit, welcomes you to the county office. We are proud of the collaborative and positive relationship that exists between administration and the bargaining unit. We are also equally proud of the labor contract that we have jointly developed. As a new member of the bargaining unit, you are entitled to the rights and privileges documented in the contract. You can access the contract on the county office website under the heading Employee Agreements. Both administration and your bargaining unit encourage you to take the time to familiarize yourself with this document. It is important that you understand the rights and privileges contained within the document. If you have any questions or concerns relating to the contract, please feel free to contact either your site representative or your administrator. As a newly hired classified employee, the Public Employees Union, Local 1, hopes you find your new assignment challenging and rewarding. Local 1 assists classified employees regarding issues covered in the bargaining agreement. Consulting the index of the contract helps to locate important sections that will answer the most commonly asked questions and explain responsibilities of an instructional assistant or general classified employee.
All information discussed in this video can be referenced in your new employee handbook. You will receive your picture identification badge during your new employee orientation. For safety purposes, your badge must be worn at all times at work. As a government employee, you are now a mandatory emergency worker. In the event of a natural or other disaster, you may be required to assist your students and colleagues to safety.
Thank you for your attention today. We hope you've learned much of what is expected of you in your new position. We warmly welcome you and wish you every success in your new career.